morning, Betty. Well. I just saw on Fox News that Kamala Harris admitted to being part of a secret program mentoring these crazy people that are doing these kind of crimes. She wants to run for president in 2028. Are you kidding? No. I think you should be cuffed and stuffed.
Oh yeah!
You have done high treason in this country, and you know it. You're allowing these and training these thuggaroos to do the kind of BS that's going on, you and other members of Congress. You shouldn't even be in office at all. Period. The reason why they call them high crimes and misdemeanors, lady. You should be impeached before you even become any presidential candidate. And that's because of you indeed, as you confess to your own soul in your own words, that you are actually mentoring these people to do these heinous acts. You might as well kiss your career goodbye, because nobody wants that kind of person in the presidency. Nobody. Not me, not anyone else. I just brought my iPhone out here. I will let you see the story. I mean, it's just bad. All right. The thing is that I wanted to, first of all, again, thank you everybody who's contributed to the channel in so many different ways. I really pointed it out yesterday in the video, but not everybody watched it. But if you did watch it, I do appreciate that you took the time to watch a video, and it was a very special video for me, and I wanted to make sure that you all knew I really did care about you.
Oh yeah!
And I want to see this channel grow, but we need help because of the fact is that, well, unfortunately enough, a lot of AI slop is coming out to YouTube because YouTube is promoting AI slop. VEO3 and other programs are replacing my job. My job. I suppose it's not surprising. Why have a person in a chair in front of a camera when you can have software do the job? Instead, that's kind of sad to think about it. That someday there won't be a person like me on camera anymore. Thank you very much, Bradley. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Kick this morning off right.
I put a
love you,
lot
Michelle,
of
2
work.
hearts.
Thank you very much. I put a lot of work into the show every day. But, one day they're going to come up with... I was watching some... Well, they're not shorts. I mean, the shorts length, but they're not shorts. They were landscape, but they were about the length of a short. Of AI cats doing a podcast, even though it sounds more like a comedy skit than anything. The truth of the matter is, we already have podcast shows that AI is actually doing. The human person gives it the script, and then it just does the show. And it's taking away the job of the actual people that would usually be in front of this camera. YouTube has always been a bit of a fantasy, but now even more so. YouTube is encouraging more fantasy on YouTube than reality. What's going to happen to all the content creators that put their time and effort into every show? Be just like the elevator operator or the telephone switchboard operator or the Maytag repairman. They won't need them anymore. You know, the thing is that with where YouTube is going, with losing views and less donations coming in, I don't know how long I can keep running YouTube at all. I might have to just downgrade. Because, I mean, the equipment I got is fine, the equipment I got is paid for. But the internet connection I have is still costing me a lot of money. The cell phone plan I have is ridiculously expensive. Even if it is a good deal on the price, it's still costing me a lot of money. Between my share of the home phone and the cell phone bill, I'm paying close to about $300 a month for the internet. Actually, the internet is the biggest share of the bill. Actually, most people don't realize that. Or actually, it's about a third of it, actually. So, we've been trying to cut costs because donations are dropping. If this children theater doesn't work out, I don't know what's going to happen for 2026. I really don't know. I know it's sad, isn't it? It's just reality. Part of the problem is YouTube itself has changed its algorithm such a way that other YouTubers have said the same thing. YouTube is just getting to be not economically feasible anymore. Don't count on it, Gemini. I need food, I need air, and I need water, and I need shelter. YouTube was how I was helping to offset my costs. But if it starts cutting into my shelter and my food, then I'm got a problem. So, just wanted to let you be aware of that. It still breaks my heart because the channel has really been a major part of my passion for a long, long time. I'm not begging, I'm just bringing up the facts, honey. And other YouTubers are feeling the same way right now. How you doing, Krista? Good morning to you. So where do we go? I don't know. I'm not good at doing AI to that point of where I can get AI to totally replace me with a computer simulated person sitting on a chair. I'm not to that level of expertise. I was taught how to work with real human beings with a real camera in a real production facility. Not playing let's pretend YouTubers. I was trained on the real deal to work with real people with real feelings.
Oh yeah!
And I'll be damned to hell if I let some AI totally replace me with some content that clearly I question its integrity. I really don't know why YouTube is pushing this AI stuff. Just like Krista, I'm hanging in the best I can. So, it's overcast. It matches my mood. Actually, I feel kind of numb right now emotionally. I don't know why I feel numb. But I do. I feel numb. I watched as I said, the short little examples of AI creating a podcast with cats. Kind of funny. But then I realized there's a long, dark story to this. That AI is going to put me on the unemployment line. Why hire a commentator, for example, for a job when you could have a software program do it? Why watch a person for real life talk about the news when you can get software that can go ahead and give you a wink and a smile and act like the world's A-okay, even if the news is some grave story or grave consequences? That just plain sucks.
Oh yeah!
So, anyway, I was going to drive the truck tonight. The only thing is, there's a problem. I think American Truck Simulator's got a little bit too much loaded in it, and the computer doesn't have enough actual working area because of the integrated graphics. It's taking at least part of my memory. Enough of it, in fact, that between Windows 10 and American Truck Simulator and Steam, there just isn't enough RAM. Now, I might have to put American Truck Simulator on a diet. For example, remove a couple extra DLCs, take them out because they're taking room. And maybe uninstall some of the expansion packs because there's just not enough RAM to fit everything in. It's the only thing I can think of. I tested the game, make sure the files were not corrupt, the files are fine, I reinstalled the game files and they're fine. And now when I play the game, I drive my truck and all of a sudden I'm in outer space. As the poor truck becomes a spaceship. As it runs down the road. It's kind of scary, honestly. When it first happened, I was like, how do I take control? I've been driving this highway on a regular basis. How did I end up in another dimension? Yeah. I get that, Chris. So, before I can play American Truck Simulator today, I'm going to have to find out what's eating all my RAM besides Windows. Well, Windows is technically, by I believe the 20th, is also going to, Windows 10 is going to be end of life. Except for very limited editions of Windows, which I don't have. And Windows 11 is even more RAM heavy. So I'm like, oh. Microsoft, what in the hell are you doing to people? But I will admit one thing. You would think that a game like American Truck Simulator would say something like, excuse me, I hate to be rude, but I'm running out of room and there's no more room for all these expansions. You need to take them out. The most amount of RAM that Dell Dimension gives me is 32 gigabytes, which is fine for Turtle WoW. That's what I originally bought it for, and it's in Blizzard WoW. So I said, well, the only way I want to get rid of the problem is to switch it from using Intel graphics to using an external video graphics card. One that has more RAM built in. Maybe a nice NVIDIA or ATI graphics card with more RAM, but I need to upgrade the power supply because the power supply doesn't have enough PCIe connectors for a video card. But for now, for today, I'm going to try to see if I can eke out a little bit of extra RAM out of the computer tonight for driving the truck. Because I checked all my driving mechanisms. All switches work as performed as expected. All controls are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I do not have the control set exactly the same as American Truck Simulator as I do as a European Truck Simulator. I think I kind of made a few goofs in the programming. But, hello, how you doing? How you doing today? FC. So let's see if we can get American Truck Simulator working better. With the RAM I've got. I can't go anything beyond 32 gigabytes of RAM on that model motherboard, apparently. But I will see if I can try to make it work better by removing some anything that we don't need. For example, we have a lot of expansions to the game. I'll just turn them off for now until we can get more RAM or a better video card that doesn't use integrated graphics. I had the same problem with the Mac Mini. Some games would hit the swap so hard that you could almost feel the computer shake. That's because the same reason. The computer is using the integrated graphics area for the video card. And so if your computers get 32 gigabytes of RAM, figure 8 gigabytes of it is being used for the video card. And then I have no many ideas how many gigabytes Windows 10 is using. And then you got Steam on top of that. And then you have OBS on top of that. And there's just not enough room. So I have to figure out some way to make that better. It's just the life of computer person, I guess. All right, let's get the panel open. It's WAR, WAR. WAR is the panel link. And I just can't believe that Kamala Harris is gonna do that kind of was doing such those high crimes like that. Thank you, Mitch. Glad you're doing okay. So you can see outside it's dreadful out there. Not very nice. So you can see it's kind of wet, kind of soggy. Not really exciting. Oh well, that's the weather for you. Sorry you haven't seen me in Discord, but I have been unable to access Discord for almost a year. Okay. Hi, so welcome to the show. I have my nails. Makes you think, though, right? But you still would have think that the company software that would have been able to figure out enough if there wasn't enough RAM to at least could have told you. I've seen the same thing happen with the Time Sinclair 1000 when you have an array that's dimension too big and all of a sudden the computer goes bananas. Because you only had, like, by default 2K of RAM on it. And there just wasn't enough room for a large dimension array, and all of a sudden it starts eating its own tail. Apparently, it's the same way with this Windows 10 machine. Did you see that some of the worst that were commuted sentences by Biden are going back to Supermax prison in Colorado? Pam Bondi's putting them back in prison. They're not going to get the poison Mickey, but they're going to be locked up again in Supermax for the worst of the worst. No, Bradley Sharp is not Krista. I've been keeping okay, name withheld. I've just been, trying to figure out the crazy stuff that's going on right now in the world. So, her open admission to be part of high crimes makes me seriously question why in the hell does Kamala Harris think she can get away with being president of the United States? Isn't it just a software program? Or is it more like a rubber stamp like this one right here? This has got my address on it, by the way. I have another one of these stampers. I don't know where it is, but this is the one that has my address on it. No, he's not. You know that, hammer nails. You don't even live in the same area. Yes, you're both on the East Coast, but you're different states. With my camera, you'd be lucky if you could read anything. Besides, my address is kind of already out there. It's not like it's hard to find. Alright. Basically, AI artwork. Isn't that kind of what we were talking about? I mean, a little bit of Midjourney, a little bit of DALL-E artwork. Right? Same thing. Same idea. Now the rapture's not happened yet, but for a reason is two reasons. The temple hasn't been rebuilt yet on Temple Rock. That has to occur first. Actually, is that right? Look at it backwards. No, you're right. We haven't got the temple yet. They're training priests for the Jewish religion, but they're not But the East Gate is also starting to open too. Which faces the mount where Jesus often did his sermons. I know that. Good morning, David. That's how you doing today? I'm sure they would, but unfortunately, again, like I said, this is an example of what I'm talking about. I mean, the president has to be physically present. I mean, it's not like they can what. It's not going to be like you be putting a high definition television monitor where the president. Oh well, I mean, maybe they would. Yeah, maybe they would. I don't know. I know how well that would go over. I don't need to tell you 10 things. I can tell you Jesus loves me. This I know, for the Bible tells me so. That's the part you need to know. And that if you truly have faith in Jesus, you will have eternal life, but thou shalt not perish. For the kingdom of heaven is my future. Okay, let's get it's good morning, Yasir. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. So what's the weather like where you are right now?
It's cloudy
Is it raining?
a little bit.
Yeah. No. I don't play any of those games. Right now, we're just trying to figure out why is American Truck Simulator using all my memory. And also, eventually, I'm probably going to have to get myself a nice NVIDIA ATI video card with more RAM in it. And switch everything over from the integrated graphics card to using a PCIe card. But I have to upgrade the power supply in my Dell to run a nice NVIDIA PCIe card. Yeah, so David says good morning to you. Yes, sir.
Good morning, David.
Mary and Joseph were Jesus' parents. I have no idea what Jesus ate for his birthday. Krista, right now, I do know Jesus, but the point is that's not the point here. I don't even know why you're asking questions like this. So how you feeling you're feeling okay today. I feel a little bit down. What do you think about when you hear that Kamala Harris admitted that she was and several members of Congress were breaking the law in this country from their admission from her own mouth, teaching thugs to be thugs?
I think it's crazy.
I think it's crazy too. And she wants to be president in 2028. And I don't see how we could allow a woman who's already admitted to high crimes and misdemeanors to be president of this country. She's on the far left. She wants the far left agenda. Actually, Jesus didn't write the Bible. Jesus, to our knowledge, didn't write anything in the Bible. Again, this is another thing that gets confusing because the Bible was actually written by people that attributed, especially in the New Testament, the Gospel of Mary, the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of St. John, the Gospel of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Did any of them write the Bible? No, they attributed it to them. But we don't know where they all, those Mark, Luke, and Matthew, Mark, and Luke, those Gospels are similar enough that they believe that they may have been written. There's another Gospel that they were based on. They just happen to focus on different points of the message from the other Gospel. We know John is the oldest, but what about Matthew, Mark, and Luke? Where's their Gospel that they were based on? Yeah, I know. No, I don't even know if they had quills. They had ink, so they must have had quills. Yeah. David asked you and I in agreement with RFK. It was written with pencils or something similar on papyrus. Yes, there were pens, and they just weren't like our pens today. They were like dip pens. Ink could also be made out of oil, in particulates of charcoal or coal. No, they used oil. They used the typical oils that they would use for lighting. They would use to make the oil, and then they would mix in pigments. So and charcoal certainly did exist, as did ashes. So yeah. David, do we have any idea where actually how ink was made at the time of Jesus? For writing the different gospels of the Bible or legal documents, what were they using for ink back then?
Yeah. Yes.
So, you feeling okay?
Yes.
Okay. Just heard some noise in the background. I never used that one. Well, on paper, that would be the surface writing surface, but what did you write on papyrus with? There was a mixture of carbon, soot or lamp black, and a binding agent like Kim Arabic or bone glue dissolved in water. Okay, that would make sense. Well, even scientists are starting to question that now. There's too many inconclusive things to show it's not a rock. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, cigarettes have done nothing. Pretty much. Sounds more like the kind of consistency of that of an ink of a ballpoint. But they didn't have ballpoint pens back then. But yeah, they probably wanted to make it just liquid enough to flow pretty well with a quill pen. So it's just really weird because I don't really know much about their ink back then, but it would make sense that it would be made somewhat similar to that. We don't have topics for days, but still, like I said, Pam Bondi's putting those people that Biden muted back, the worst of the worst are going back to federal supermax prison in Colorado. They're not necessarily going to receive the poison Mickeys, but they're not going to be let out either. The majority of the writings found in the Bible were found among the Dead Sea Scrolls. Right, the Nag Hammadi Library, right? Because, the Nag Hammadi Library had the official documents of the Old Testament plus some of the New Testament. Hello, Tina. How you doing? Welcome to the show today. Okay. On a serious note, I don't know what about you, but right now I know a lot of people are looking forward to seeing this, according to the Republicans, they see the economy starting to rebound slowly. Yeah? Well, gee, this slowly isn't fast enough. People are still ending up homeless in the streets.
Oh yeah!
So, can you hurry it up a little more faster? I didn't say he's a big trader, but I mean, I've been reading about how, as I said earlier, families have to make a decision between having food or a car and housing. Some people have voluntarily returned the car to the dealership and said, I can't afford the payment anymore because of insurance and upkeep. Some have even voluntarily turned in the keys to the bank for the house and said, I can't afford to own this house anymore. I haven't made any new music lately. I really haven't. But, we'll probably be working on something in the future. This afternoon is trying to see if we can get American Truck Simulator to play properly. Because there's it's not working right. The European one doesn't really have any expansion. So, however, when we were using the Rota Cafe Rota de Brazil, we had problems with that too, with memory. And so I think that definitely is a memory issue. And I'm thinking is if we could switch out the Intel graphics that's being used by default to a video card that is better suited for playing video games. I don't know anything about the Blue Book value of used cars. Do they have a Blue Book value of used houses? I'm always wondering about that. Because you ever notice that some houses, even if they're in great shape, are going for like nothing, and other houses that are in great shape, talking about used ones that are old houses, are going for huge premiums. Yeah, I know, I'm a little down. I'm sorry, Krista. Just a little bit. Because I found out that AI is beginning to even encroach into my own job. Now they get AI to the point now where you can have AI hosts with live action, and they can be. YouTube seems to be promoting AI slop, a lot of AI slop, and what's happening is our viewership is dropping because YouTube policies are changing. Despite all the effort I put into this channel and finding myself dealing with diminishing returns, less viewers, we're down to under 8,000 views. Under 8,000 views. Well, I already suspected it was a possibility. It's so. That's why I always said we'll have to see what's going on. But you would think that people would have basically said to YouTube is no. But the problem is AI is moving in so fast that it's taking our jobs. One day it's going to come for the big guys, the newscasters on TV. Someday you're going to have a simulated host sitting on CNN and Fox News telling you all the stuff that's going on in the world. And while there might be some real reporters out there in the field, the commentator isn't going to be a real person anymore. Hope Air Solo, good morning to you. Oh, I know. It looks dreadful here, too. Home values based on other property values in the same neighborhood. Yeah, I know. That's the confusing thing about with home values. Because a lot of people all dream about one day having a home, but then they realize that they don't make enough money to pay for a mortgage. They really don't. And back in the 80s up to about the 2000s, there was this concept that, oh, you can buy a house and you could be, have a nice home and live the American dream. But the find out is, then the reality slaps you in the face is, no, you can't. You can't afford it. So, and then it's good enough if you catch it before you sign the final deal, but boy, when the reality kicks in afterwards, then you're seriously going to be having crying time when you realize just how much money you just basically signed away. So, well, I'd like to have a house. I don't think it's going to be a reality. And you know what's even more funny is, even though it's not related to house, it's much is, did you know, for people on the system, in a minute you make too much money and you're off the system. You're in limbo. You are situationally fucked. I'm not kidding you. I make too much money to get help on different programs I need because I make too much money. But I don't make enough money to pay out of pocket for some of the programs that I need, like a maid or a cleaning service to clean my home. And I mean, I don't even know how in the name anyone can keep up with that. You don't make enough to pay for some of the extra services that you could get when you made under a certain amount of money. And it's kind of sobering, too. So, but then again, if you make too much money, you're more likely going to be able to think about the future and get ahead. But in reality, well, that's true. Yes, David, yes, it's absolutely true. But let's be honest, New York City is extremely expensive. It is not the most hygienic environment to live in. So yes, it absolutely is true. Why would you, this is what started out long ago. It started out in the 40s and 50s, but it continued on since. because his rents in New York went up so much. There's only a small population that can afford to live in New York City. Because it's just too expensive. The reason why they work there is because that became the hub for a lot of investment companies and industries. They didn't live there because it was pretty. Maybe one time New York may have been pretty, but it ain't anymore. That's for sure. I've been in the city with Noodles. There's nothing pretty about New York. Really isn't. Almost everybody that lived in Stamford worked, and a lot of people that lived in New York commuted to Stamford. It was weird. Yeah, I know. Those that lived in Stamford worked in New York City. I know what you mean. I get it. You're right. Same thing for the people who live in Boston. They live in the towns outside of Boston. How much different would the world have been if we didn't have cars? I wonder that. We take it for granted our own personal cars, but what if we didn't have cars? Costa, I don't deny New York City is a nasty dump. I'm sorry, but I know where Donald Trump Tower is. It's supposed to be a nice area. But when you see a homeless guy taking a whiz on the street, you know it's not so nice. It's just weird. Because when you look around you, right, especially when I was in New York City with Noodles, all you saw was concrete and asphalt. You didn't see any grass at all. I felt like I was in an alien environment. No grass, no trees, really no sounds of birds. It just felt austere and cold. I felt so out of place in New York City. Oh, what? All I know is that um, I still want to find the happy place for me that's kind of a compromise between what I need and what I want. Winston's kind of like it, but you know, but I think I want something a little more country like. I'm 58 years old, and I'm not even sure if I can find that magic place. But I'll keep looking. I mean, I've got to finish my tour on Earth. And when my tour on Earth is done, I'm not coming back to Earth for another life after this. I said, no. I had planned to move next year, but I don't know if I can afford to. I don't think I can afford to. I may not have a choice. I picked the location that would be the best given my needs versus what I wanted for the environment. And I wanted to go there so much because I thought it would be a great compromise. The problem is getting there is going to cost me a fortune. More like 2026 was planning to move, not 2027, but 2027 I can't plan that far ahead. He might. It wouldn't be the first landlord to do that. But if he does, then you know as well as I do that I'm going to be more dependent on you guys than I am now. I haven't talked to Common Flint Golden Girl about that in a while. So I don't know what the long term is. Now I don't think it was gonna go up to $400 more. But the thing is that the going rate for an apartment of my type in this town is about $1,200 a month. And that's not with heat, not water included. That's would cost another $200. Yeah, but you know what? Well, maybe I could have gotten a mortgage in Winston. The problem is the price of housing in Winston is a bit much. All I can hope is that I'm paying $1,000. I don't know if he can really pay $1,100. He originally offered me our apartment downstairs for $1,000 a month at the time, and I told him I said I couldn't afford it, which was true. I couldn't because I didn't have any money coming from YouTube at that point. I'm not trying to let it bother me alone. I know you're not, but please stop talking about money. You're scaring the hell out of Michelle right now. Yeah, unless you got electric heat that you got paid for, or oil heat or gas heat. Not all apartments have heat included in the rent. I don't have cable. I don't really want to talk about Jesus right now. I just don't. I just don't want to talk about Jesus right now. Yeah, so do we. I don't know what Jimmy's gonna do. I don't know. I will try my do my best to deal with it when the time comes. But I mean, technically, they might if the rent goes up. Okay, first of all, how much money are we gonna be getting in a cost of living adjustment for January? I don't know that either. Okay, so I've heard 2.5%, which is kind of laughable. Because the actual cost of everything in the United States is a lot more than 2.5% cost of living adjustment. Well, I don't want to talk about rent because it's scaring the living hell out of me. Because, you know, it's nothing I can do anything about because, there's just not enough money. And a lot of Americans are feeling the same way. We don't know what to do. We don't know how we're going to solve the problems, how we're going to pay for everyday expenses in life. I mean, I'd love to talk about. I want to talk about something potentially happy, but I don't really know much more to say. The fact of the matter is, I'm very disgusted and disturbed at what Kamala Harris had said because that really, really angers me. That she would be working on a secret organization to mentor people to do crimes and cause harm to this country. I mean, what the hell is going on with our society? The Democrats tried to put her in as an appointed member of the DNC, and then all of a sudden that didn't work out. Joe Biden is doing high crimes and misdemeanors. He should have been friggin' impeached. And yet he was allowed to get away with it scot-free. Yeah, I know Donald Trump's president. But who's the next president going to be? Kamala Harris in 2028 wants to run again. How can she run again? She already admitted she's doing a crime. How can you be a president of this country if you already admitted that you're doing a crime? I mean, that's scary. All right, actually, I do got something I want to talk about. And I am going to bring it up. And I know some of you don't. We're all kind of not sure what to make of this. I believe this is something based on what I've seen, the facts presented to me. As do many scientists, that 3i Atlas is coming to Mars to terraform Mars and make it their home. And I say there because I believe there may be ETs involved here. That could be great, but again, it'll be interesting to see how that works. Yeah, I know she's too drunk to be president, but that's not an issue. The Constitution never mentioned that if you were lush or not. So it's just an example of what I'm talking about. It's just the fact that she's not responsible enough to be president. Um, I don't know anything about Heaven's Gate. I just know about what I believe in. What I believe is that we are in the final days. There's no doubt about that. But I would never come back to Earth again. Never. After we're done with our tour of this planet, I'm not coming back to Earth again. No. Once I'm done with this tour of duty, I am not coming back to Earth. I've already told Mother God, I said, I am not returning to Earth. It's too depressing here. Yeah, well, I'm involved with the Galactic Federation of Light, so I'm a Palladian starseed. I try to keep a positive spin, but the truth is, it's sometimes it's kind of hard because you want to keep a positive spin. The ones that lived on one of the two planets that were destroyed are going to Mars. If it still exists. Why don't they just terraform Mars and make it a nice heaven, a nice place to go, a new Garden of Eden? If they have the technology, they could have done that. No. No, because where would the group get the money? From the members in the form of dues. Think about it. But it's just the truth. Your membership pays the dues, which pays for the funds for the group uses to disperse out. It's this type of socialism. It's true communism in the sense because you own nothing. You have nothing to achieve to get ahead, where everything is provided for. I suppose it could be good. But you know what? Right now, that brings the thing is what's going to happen with the fact that everybody's losing their jobs right now because technology is making us irrelevant. That we need to consider universal basic income more and more because we got more people around here that need jobs but can't find jobs. I don't know what you're going to say. Wait a minute. How are you getting ahead anywhere? There was a great war in I thought Mars was actually originally you said maybe Earth, Moon, Venus, and what happened to Venus? That's a good planet. What happened to Venus? Venus is supposed to be the closest in size and situation to the Earth, but it's a mess. What happened to Venus? And then somebody said they were moons of another planet that was even bigger than Jupiter. What happened to Jupiter? Somebody said that was supposed to be a sun that failed to ignite. Don't get me started on the race game. You know that's all a bunch of Butkus crap anyway. You know that, right? Likewise. What about Neptune? I mean, Venus and Earth are close to in the Goldilocks zone. This is Mars. It's a little bit closer, but what about Venus? It's got a runaway greenhouse effect going on. What happened to Venus? Yeah, it's super hot in Venus because of runaway of greenhouse effect. So we know that the three planets, that 3i Atlas, is coming towards our Earth, Mars, and Venus. Earth may have never even shifted its orbit, but you know what? I'll be honest. Earth has the apogee and perigee that's pretty extreme if you think about it. A couple of times Earth was a frozen ice ball. Right. But depending on the ETs, they may have enough power to actually move Venus around or to compensate for the environmental issues in Venus. They can shatter a Hellfire missile with their orbs. I mean, they can shatter the thing in half and keep on flying. So clearly, dealing with a planet that's got a runaway greenhouse effect is probably not a big deal for them. They would just find a way to reverse the greenhouse effect. I know they can do it. They're possibly a level 3 civilization. Okay, that would make sense. It's like sitting on a slow rotisserie. Slow cooked on an open spit. So maybe the ETs might go, well, let's take that Venus. Let's increase the speed of it somehow. Let's reverse the trends. But the Earth is slowing down too. Yeah, the missile thing was really cool. There should also be a very dead. In fact, actually, it was. The militaries of the world realized Now, we can't defeat ETs like that. It's just like War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. They're going to come in with technology that beats anything we can throw at them, completely beat us, and then we're going to end up basically being on the losing side. Now, the days may seem short, but chronologically speaking, the planet's rotation slowed down. Orbit of Earth and Mars, but Earth is slowly moving. Yeah. Okay, that's another question. Mars is colder than Earth, so that means that the Earth itself will also be cooling down too. Global warming fanatics can go ahead just cool their heels, literally. If it wasn't for the seismic nature of our planet, that's where a lot of our heat comes from, is from our own core. Oh, okay. 2 minutes longer. Now, like Krusta jokingly said, the days are already getting shorter, but that's not because of the actual spin of the rotation of the planet, though, but that's perceived time. Which is interesting because I've seen that effect that they're talking about. I've seen it. So Mars is further away from Earth, and basically what's going to happen is that Earth is going to become colder. Maybe that's why Mars actually started how it got so much carbon dioxide, was because the Martians realized that they needed to warm up the planet faster. So maybe they realized the way to do that was to basically try to make burn all the forests and all the stuff on the planet to increase the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere enough that they could keep the planet warmer. But unfortunately, in doing so, made the planet unsafe to breathe the air on. Well, the one difference between Earth and Mars is we have plenty of surface water. And we go into another glaciation period, we're going to be having plenty of ice. Trust me. As the oceans will start to freeze, we could easily have a fourth ice age. Right now, we're in interglacial, which means it looks very likely that the interglacial is going to come to an end. I don't know exactly when, but when it does, the polar ice caps are going to grow bigger, and then all the polar vortex that's keeping all the Arctic Oscillation, the North Atlantic Oscillation, and the Southern Oscillation in the UK are in the Antarctic is going to result in the cold fronts coming in closer and closer to the main continents, closer to the equatorial regions, which is going to result in a significant drop in temperature. How are humans going to deal with this? I don't know. But you also got other seismic activity going on the Earth right now, which is producing a lot of greenhouse gases that are, as well as aerosols that are starting to reduce sunlight. How do you know that they don't already have their own water on their big R2 Swan that's coming? Is R2 Swan a comet? A big giant ice ball specifically for this purpose to throw into the planet? Is there water ice in it? What about Borsov? What about I mean these guys are thinking just like Cosmo Cox would say, big, big, big. These people are thinking big. They're not thinking little, stealing water from a planet. Hell, we got all ice. We got big giant comets we can steal water from. We can steal water from Halley's. We can steal water from any space comet we want. And if they can get enough oxygen in space, somehow, combine it with the hydrogen they have, they can make water right there. There's a lot of hydrogen in space. I don't know how much oxygen's out there, but so these guys, they got something big planned. They got something big planned. They're in it for the long game. They're not in it for the short game. They're not going to be out there just solving the problem like the Americans do and say, well, we'll try to get this done in 10 years. They're probably more like, that's okay. Take your time. We got a couple 100,000 years. We don't have to rush it. Let's plan it right. You know? Yeah, I know. There probably is. I heard that. Probably not. I read Ben Bulba's Red Mars, Blue Mars, and Green Mars book series. That's Robinson. That's King Stanley Robinson. But I did read Ben Bulba's too. Yeah. So I know about how we would do Mars. But the thing is that ET's a level three in space advancement. Those guys already got their own answers, which we can only dream of. Absolutely. I mean, they have the technology, they have the resources. You know, as far as games on the computer go, first thing is I gotta find out what the heck is going on American Truck Simulator as far as memory goes, because the thing is using a lot more RAM than they have. And I think more and more it's the integrated graphics in the PC that's using up the RAM just to store all the textures of the game. I may have to reduce the resolution significantly to get it to work better and make sure to remove a lot of extra DLCs and maps I've installed in American Truck Simulator, which just didn't have enough room. Well, could you? Not right now, Liam. I can't. Oh. Because I don't have enough memory in that computer, even though it's got 32 gigabytes. It's Intel graphics, and unfortunately, it's using up a huge chunk of RAM just for the graphics. And the game is crashing because there's not enough memory. Well, I bought a few extra DLCs since then. I bought Texas. I bought Montana. I bought a lot of game expansions. And the problem is it loads them all into the computer at one time, and then it's taking Rome. So that's why I'm thinking we're going to have to kind of pare it back a bit, because maybe the game has just got enough room, doesn't have enough room. Yes, David, yes, I know that. Yes, I know. And when and the time of the Jurassic period, the atmosphere, oxygen in Earth was extremely rich. It was a very verdant environment. Extremely a very rich environment. Lots of green, lush paradise for the dinosaurs. Unfortunately, humans didn't exist then. You would think so, but I'm not sure exactly how American Truck Simulator does it, but I know the Euro Truck Simulator is running fine. But I didn't really upgrade Euro Truck Simulator with new expansions or DLCs. I mean, yes, I got the newest updates, yes, but I don't have. I didn't buy other expansions for Euro Truck Simulator, so I'm just gonna have to start working on it this afternoon. Reduce the video resolution a lot. Try to get it to use less video RAM, because I have integrated graphics, Intel integrated graphics, just like this Mac has. So, because I noticed with this Mac, with Blizzard World of Warcraft, when I was running it natively on this thing, I was running into the same problem of hitting my swap so much that oh yeah, I got mods. Yes, lots of them. That's why I'm wondering, is it part of that problem? Yes, I know that. David, I understand that. But that's the problem. So why does everybody in the earth keep talking about global warming when the earth isn't necessarily warming? Notice I said not necessarily warming. I'm not saying it isn't changing, but it seems like it's inconsistent. Well, when my truck is a mod. Yeah, it's not the truck, but I'm sure there are other mods in there that Michelle might need to take out anyway. So that's something to remember, because if the game is, if the mods go awry, right, then it's gonna possibly create a problem with an improper function call or routine that originally worked fine when the mod was created, but all the updates may not have the same return values, which is going to potentially break the game. Or at the very least break the mod that you were playing. And if certain hooks are depreciated, then the mod may not work at all. Oh, I know they do more research than me. In different areas. I can't keep up with everything. I try, but I'm not, I'm not part of any symposium or anything like that. How you doing, Grizz? Good morning to you. I saw Bradley a little bit this morning. He didn't come up on panel. Yashir was up on panel. But I didn't see Bradley come up in panel. Tiger Kitty's not here right now. Daniels isn't even here right now. We still got 17 people watching, 90 views, viewer engagements, 15 minutes and 27 seconds. So, tonight we're gonna try to drive the truck. But we've got to find out where is the Problem American Truck Simulator regarding memory. I took out OneDrive last night from Microsoft. I took that off because I wasn't even using the drive, and I the fact is Windows 10 is going to be expiring by the end of October. Well, we used to show people in the panel too until some people started doing unsavory stuff, but there's no one here right now in the panel, so. So, yeah, I gotta find out what's causing that. So what I might do with the DLCs is just take all the DLCs out except the one that's my truck, because if I take my DLC out, that's my truck. Well, would it be riding a horse and buggy? What would I replace it with? Yeah. See, now in the Euro Truck Simulator, I'm using one of the trucks that comes in the game. I'm not using the DLC to give me a cab over. I already had a Microsoft account, but I'm not worried about Windows 10 either, because I got Linux ready to go in a virtual environment on this computer, and I could just go ahead and start with Linux on another partition on that hard drive. And that's another good question. Could Linux or could Windows itself be buggy? Let's just start with what we know. I've checked it for viruses. There is none. I've checked for any updates that need to be done. They're updated. They're current. Okay. The Windows itself is very bloated. It uses a lot of memory. But then the Intel Integrated Graphics uses memory too. And unlike on a video card, the memory allocation is going to increase as the graphic resolution goes up. Okay, here's the first dinger donger Tiger Kitty. Hold on, Matt. Let me get you on here. Hello, how you doing? Let me get you your mod up.
How you doing?
So.
Why? What's the matter?
Well, I was watching a video last night on a YouTube channel, and he was talking about how AI is starting to replace the human people more and more with AI simulates. And
you don't like that?
in that the legitimate content creators are finding out it's becoming very hard to get anywhere with YouTube because as the viewership is dropping. And
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people moaning recently, you know, about a lot of shit. But this happens, doesn't it? And then
not as much as it has been lately. It's never been this bad. Even at the time of the apocalypse, it was never this bad.
well, that's because they've changed it that people with ad blockers are not now registering as a view. So
right, that's true.
I would say good morning everyone inside chat, by the way. Hammer, Crystal, David.
Yeah, well, and now we're talking about what's going on with the Earth's environment right now, and talk about how the Earth's environment is changing slowly because of the environmental concerns about the planet.
Right, and what are you going to do?
How much you can do.
Exactly, so there's no point in sweating the small stuff, is there, really?
No, he's not raising the rent to $12,000.
No, he's not, Cruster.
But Krista, Krista said he could go to 1,100. I really depend on this YouTube to help pay the rent as it is now. We got
he's probably just raising her rent because I bet Ray had a special rate because he was the maintenance, doing a bit of maintenance.
But he moved out, so
yeah, so he's raising the rent for the woman that's moving in to raise.
Right, because originally the apartment was $1,200 at that apartment because it's a 2-bedroom.
Yeah, he's not raising your rent though.
But he could raise the rent to the other apartments. But I really would be very, very uncomfortable if he did because I don't think I could afford it. Not unless we can get the revenue up. We've really lost a lot of revenue in the last month. In fact, if after the Chiller Theater, if we don't start seeing a return to financial stability, I might have I don't know what I would do.
Well, Michelle, I've said from day dot, you cannot rely on your YouTube donations. They are not stable. You might get 600 one month. You might
neither is ad revenue.
Find it hard to get at 99 one month, but you can't moan, Michelle. You've been bringing in 300s, 400s.
Even Noodles is falling behind right now.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of paying members.
Yeah, and he's also not getting a lot of donations either. And the reason is because it's a larger problem. The truth of the matter is, people are worried about their budgets right now too, so they don't really have the extra money to throw around. And there's nothing you can really do about that. You know, I mean, it is a large problem. It's affecting a lot of channels. It's not just affecting us. Well, thank you very much, Hammer Nails. Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hammer.
Unstable donors.
Just remember back, Michelle, it wasn't that long ago you weren't getting any donations. And you weren't even making your $100 a month.
No, it wasn't. That was like a year ago. 2 years ago.
And I think you've got too used to getting big donos and you're getting carried away with thinking that's going to happen all the time.
Well, for example, it definitely was looking that way. Looking at the graphs, we were watching the trends analysis, and that was happening. if you go plot it on a graph
Yeah.
month over month, you would see that. In
Yeah,
fact, I can
I'm
show you
sure.
the graph if you would like Michelle to go back and calculate based on her lifetime. Well, all she has to do is look for the last 6 months. She would see that.
I know things have gone better for you, a lot better, but
They have. By the way, did you see the little
the
thank you
rest
video?
of America is struggling, Michelle.
Absolutely. And that's affecting all of us on YouTube too. By the way, did you see the little video I put out yesterday?
No. I'll go look for it after this. I didn't. Where did you put it?
It's on my YouTube channel. And I
Oh,
sent
well,
you
I
the direct.
didn't see it. I didn't even get a note. I don't. Where did you put it? Oh, it's just put on your channel on
This is on my
video.
channel. It's called Do You Know Where You're Going To?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did, Michelle. Sorry. Yes, yes.
I would say right now times are kind of definitely iffy. I wouldn't say necessarily good.
But that's because you're used to getting $300-400 a month, and this month you haven't got the 300 or 400, and
Right.
that's pissing you off. Well, that's the
Well, let's
way
put
that
it this way. I'm sounding my alarms. How about that for an
yeah,
answer?
yeah. And that's just the way it goes unless you're working a job that's paying you an hourly rate. You're like,
and even those are people being laid off from jobs that pay you an hourly rate too.
you're self-employed. You put more in, you'll get more out.
I mean, self-employed doesn't necessarily
also,
mean that you're better. It just means that you're more.
Michelle, you've got the Charlie Kirk rally this weekend.
Yeah.
That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I hope that we can
And
share
just
it.
the experience of being there is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
You're getting out with noodles. You're going Charlie Kirk rally. I hope it's safe, Michelle.
Well, let's see how it goes with that, and I'm looking forward to it, seeing if it can help. Imagine if you did 8 hours. 8 hours of what?
Of this streaming.
No, absolutely not. I'm between my personal life and YouTube. I cannot do 8-hour streams. I can't handle it. Brand PC's still here. He comes by on occasion. What about DL James? He donated a lot last.
Yeah, he did. And then you've been lucky with those big donators, Michelle, that have swung by. And do you know, it's such a nice thing for them to do that.
Yeah.
They're just giving you a boost. And it's really nice of them to pick you out of all the people on YouTube that they must know.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is that right now, as I started the show saying earlier, a lot of people are voluntarily turning in their cars and handing in their house keys because they can't afford the car mortgages or the house mortgages or the car loans right now.
Mm.
Because they just can't keep up with the bills anymore.
Yeah, I mean...
because what's going on is their jobs, if they're lucky enough to have one, like Noodle said in his own case, his hours have been cut from work. He's doesn't know if the place that he's going to be working for is going to work out long term or if it's going to be a short term job. And he says, "What happens if it doesn't work out? Can I go back to my old job when they already cut my hours at the old job?" Mr. Noodles,
Yeah.
I can't answer that question. I don't know. David has said, I'm the boss, so I get to work from home. My dad used to go to the office to keep an eye on things. No, he doesn't work for his father. He was a government contractor. He left his father's business to work as a government contractor to better his life. And he'd been doing that for many years now. But the government contractors are slowly being phased out too. They're not making as much money right now in government contracts.
We've actually all seen Noodle's package.
What do you mean?
He showed us it.
Really?
He showed you it. You've seen the photographs.
Oh, yeah, that. Oh, yeah. Leo said, remember when Bianca came in here and said Noodles has weird scars all over his...
I think he does have a scar on it. That is true.
I don't know what he did with it. Could he had surgery on it when he was younger?
Oh my God.
Nah, he says he doesn't think he could do that job anymore because of his back.
Yeah, you've got to lift up the... Although now, aren't they, doesn't a machine pick up the garbage cans?
Yeah, but driving those trucks is hard on your back, too. You know,
I think it's all done by machines now, garbage collecting.
Partially. They still have to clean the trucks. They have to still wash their trucks down. After all, you want your clean trucks, right? You don't want dirty garbage trucks. They got to...
Well, I guess somebody has to spray them down, but
yeah.
I don't think there's any
That's
lifting.
usually the driver that does that.
I don't think there's any lifting of heavy trash cans anymore. Pretty sure the truck does it all.
Not all garbage trucks are just got automatic lifters. I mean, most do, but not all garbage cans are the...
Don't even have a garbage man here, Michelle.
You probably don't.
I don't have one. I have to take it to the dump or take it to the place where the trash is collected.
I run an organization that does environmental and archaeological site preservation work mostly, but we have a chapter that is primarily responsible for wildlife habitat restoration work. It's interesting. It would make sense why you would know something about what's going on with the Earth and also with Mars, because you have some research into that. Yeah, that would make sense.
Is it? It's against the law to lift a trash can in the state of New Jersey.
What?
Oh. That wouldn't surprise me, Michelle. Do you know what? They are lazy shits, though, because when I used to live in Maryland, they would throw the cans back, never upright, always in the middle.
You ever see when we went through Times Square at night, all the bags of garbage on the curb in Manhattan on Broadway? I couldn't believe it that they had bags of garbage sky high. Not garbage cans, honey. Garbage bags. And so those can't be picked up by no machine. Those got to be picked up by a poor human schmuck and thrown into the truck.
Michelle, Poon has itchy balls.
That's not my problem. Put some cornstarch on them.
Stick some, sprinkle a little bit of cornstarch on the infected area. And Michelle does like vinegar. I think vinegar might help this situation.
Actually, I tried a psoriasis cream on that. It actually did even better job, actually.
Oh, what about vinegar for his ball itch?
That would work for a bit, but
Okay, so vinegar and cornstarch is
one at a time, not all at once, because you don't want to
Don't
make it.
make a
You don't want to make
paste
it
with your
paste.
yeah, no pasting. I think-
Cornstarch works pretty good because it acts like a dry lubricant.
Okay.
No, I have a problem with my belly because I got a bit of a big flat bag in the front.
Called an apron, Michelle. I think they call them apron, fat aprons. And then you get probably a crease where you
A
get
big one.
Yeah,
Tommy
sweaty.
Flu's got the same one I got. So does Ebony. You know.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I put the psoriasis cream underneath that, and it helps so much.
Really? Oh,
Yes,
well,
it did.
good.
But the thing is that I couldn't believe the number of bags sitting on me. Of course, Noodles is a former garbage man. Was looking at all the trash bags and was going, "My God, there's so many bags of trash." And of course, the garbage trucks that go through the city. Doesn't matter how mechanical arms they have. They ain't gonna do you any good when you gotta get out of the truck and pick them up and toss them into the truck.
Studies show that cornstarch causes autism.
Yeah.
Do not put the cornstarch on your balls.
No, don't use
Stick to the
talcum
vinegar.
because talcum powder, unfortunately, has been known to cause problem with some skin. Use cornstarch. Baby powder with cornstarch is the best.
Is that what baby powder is, Michelle? Cornstarch.
I got baby powder with cornstarch. It
Then
doesn't
what's
have talcum in it.
Michelle, what's baby powder made of?
Cornstarch or talcum. You can get either one.
Okay, so it's what is it though? It's like ground up starch of a corn.
Pretty much. It's almost a food
And
grade,
what
but
is it-
usually
what is it,
add in also
talcum?
zinc oxide.
And what's talcum powder?
Talcum powder is another material.
What's that? Like a ground up rock or something?
Yeah, it is actually. And then
So
they also add in some zinc oxide to help to deal with the irritation.
They call them beef curtains, I think. David S. No, they do.
Yeah, but then your balls get dry too, and then you start to get
I thought beef
eczema.
curtains were like a gross thing for a woman.
Yeah, so anyway, the thing is Manhattan, they don't even have garbage cans. As I said, even on Broadway. I was totally shocked by that. I was like, whoa, you're kidding me. And I told you, that's why New York is so gross of a city. You know? Yes, if you got a big skip, yes, you can have your truck come by and pick your big skip up and dump it into the truck. That's what the truck does. It comes by Jimmy's here. We got a skip, and he just picks it up and dumps it into itself. But I lived in places where they don't have that, and you can. Just like New York City, you got bags of garbage piled sky high in Willimantic, and it was like.
So you have one of those great big wheelie garbage.
No, not the roll-offs. No, we don't have a big roll-off. We got like a 4 cubic yard.
Like a tiny bin. I've never seen those. I only see like normal ones for the house, and then there's the great big ones that look like skips.
Yeah.
You got one of them.
Yeah,
Right
you're
down
talking
at
about
the
what they
bottom of
call
your
the
stairs.
roll-offs, the big roll-offs used at construction sites. No, this is kind of a middle size. It's
Okay,
not
I didn't know you could get a middle size.
as big as that. Yeah, they come in
So,
different sizes.
how many times
2
is that?
cubic yards, 4 cubic yards are common for an apartment complex like this.
How many times does that get emptied, Michelle?
Ours gets dumped once a week.
Once a week. That's pretty good. Must be lots of flies and shit around it, though. Ugh.
Oh yeah, especially in the summer, they definitely get a lot of black flies around them.
Cats and stray cats and
Not too much with the stray cats, but definitely black flies. A lot of those. I remember one time they put the dumpster over by the yellow house, and I was living in the yellow house, and my electric bug zapper was going nuts. It was so bad. Inside the house, I had to put the bug zapper inside the house to deal with those guys. So every middle of the night, you crack, 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 crack. The bugs are getting electrocuted over and over again.
yeah, Bradley has a job.
I know he does. Yes, he does. Hi, Bradley. How you doing?
Which is a thing that should be celebrated.
Yeah, I am. He is celebrating because he's got a steady income coming in, and he's got, you know, his career is very good.
And Hammer, I mean, and all the other people.
Yeah, Hammer's a construction worker
that have a job.
Ours get dumped every Tuesday. Yeah. But I mean, the thing is that, like I said, Manhattan is just so gross. I didn't like it at all. Walking to Manhattan, and let's be honest, Times Square. Honestly, Times Square was the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you ever think Times Square is beautiful, it isn't. It is wall to wall nowadays. All it is wall to wall plasma or LED screens. Showing tons of ads all day long, flashing graphics everywhere, and it's so bright, plus than all the TV screens. It's not. It's and the road is covered with these plates because they have to constantly be able to get underneath to deal with the utility lines. It's crazy. All right, I'll talk to you later, David S. Thank you for coming out this morning online. Anyway, thank you for being part of the show. He wasn't on panel, but he was here. We were just talking with him in chat. So I'm hoping this chiller theater thing's gonna work out because we'll see what happens. I still keep hearing everybody talking about how Trump wants to give us stimulus checks. Guys, I can't find any consistency about any stimulus or rebate checks. I have looked, and I haven't found anything that I can verify. Labor Day is a day for working people. And yes, mothers that are pregnant are certainly working. Takes a lot of work to deliver a child. That's why it's called labor. Have to call who? So, it's really hard to say how it's going to work out with the economy. But I tell you right now, as far as the 3i Atlas goes, it's certainly very interesting what's going on with that. I don't know if you've been keeping up with that, Tiger Kitty. Part of me is excited about it because it proves, like somebody always asks this existential question: are we alone? No, we're not. So 105 people, 19 minutes, 12 second engagement, 17 minute of views, 9 likes for $1 donation, which is absolutely good for me and you, and not as much. I still talk to Sarah once in a while, but not as much. Well, I know Bradley is doing pretty well for what he's doing. Noodles is hanging in there. Hammer Nails is hanging in there. Chris Bliss is hanging in there. Chris Bliss is alone too, by the way. To my knowledge, Chris Bliss isn't going out with anyone right now. Hello, Mojo. Good morning to you. Yeah, I still use ChatGPT. Not as much, but I have been using it once in a while. I don't think Chris is interested in Bradley in that way. I know Slingshot Warrior seems to like Krista. But I don't know if that's gonna work either. The oligarchy cut my phone off. Yes, Tiger is on it right now. She's just listening. So what's coming up is war. 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 You know, this means war. Yeah, war. Yeah, we know what it means. So yes, Mojo, it's the link I gave you. WAR. I had an interesting dream this morning, which I don't quite make heads or tails about. I'll tell you what it was. It was at a family Christmas party. And it was very low key. When I say low key, I mean my aunt's Christmas tree only had like 20 lights on the top of the tree. That's it. 20 lights. And I said, what happened to total lights? Oh, I couldn't afford to keep paying for them all, so I just put 20 lights on the top of my tree.
What? She took the bulbs out? Or she just bought a string that only
Just
had
bought a
20.
shorter string of lights.
Wow. That is poor. When you
And
can't afford, if you can't afford to light your tree up over Christmas with a full set of lights, that's fucking poor, Michelle.
yeah, she said also for the family, it was a family party, and there was like really no food available at the party except for a few things. They had to cut costs and everything because everything got to be so expensive.
Wait a minute. So they still threw a party, even though they had no
For
money.
family.
That's, I don't know whether this is.
Oh, Noodles, how you
bad.
doing?
Michelle, Alex Jones is back on the internet or on YouTube, Michelle.
I'm on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on YouTube like I always am.
No, Alex Jones, Michelle. Alex Jones.
Oh, Alex Jones. Is he back on YouTube? I don't know.
No. Yeah, okay.
So
No, I'm telling you, Michelle, he is.
So
I'm sure he is. I'm more than likely sure he's going to be reinstated.
Michelle's telling us a story that she went to her family's for Christmas. They didn't have enough money, so they just bought enough lights for the top of the
tree. There was only like 3 people at the party. Usually there'd be like 10 to 12 people.
So they got the Christmas tree, and they've just put 20 lights at the top of the tree, and they've done fuck all for anything else because they haven't got enough money, they said. So now Michelle's just about to tell herself they had to cut back. So what did they do?
They had a party for 3 people.
Right.
They actually only had 3 people. I was one of the 3 guests.
Oh, did they cut back on food or anything like that?
Oh yes, they did, big time.
Hey Michelle, why don't you throw a party this year, a Christmas party, and invite your brother and mother over?
Because they're not interested in coming over. I've offered that to them a couple times, and they said no.
Okay, so do you want to try to reach out to them this Christmas?
I already tried to reach out to my mother last year. She said no, and my brother's never doesn't talk to me because my mother is the matriarch and she makes all the calls. And she said, "No, I'm not coming to your party."
Mojo wants you to email her the link, please.
I did mail her the link. I thought she had it. I sent it to her.
You did. You were up here, Mojo. You definitely have the link.
Yeah, she has the link. The new one. I sent her the new one.
Well, maybe Michelle, maybe we
I'll
can
mail
write
it
a nice
again
card
if
this
you
weekend.
want. Just give me a second, Mojo.
How about we invite your brother over to the Halloween party, Michelle?
Because my brother's not interested, Noodles. I just told you that.
How do you know if you don't ask?
Because he's not. I have asked him.
People change over years, Michelle. No, people become.
I ask him every year. They never come.
Okay.
I think my mom's embarrassed because she realized that, number one, is that there's nothing she can do about my situation or her situation. She feels just as helpless.
Well, Michelle, maybe instead of inviting them over, maybe you could write them a nice card. We could maybe get them a nice gift this year. So.
Oh, I sent them cards too. Well, anyway, Mojo, I just mailed you the stuff. I just mailed you the link. I just mailed it to you just now. You should check your email, please. I sent it to both of your email addresses.
All right, she heard you. She's got to get over there, Michelle. you excited then about this weekend, Michelle?
Yeah, I guess so. What exactly is this? This is a Charlie Kirk rally, you said, Noodles?
Yeah, this Saturday, Charlie Kirk rally in Paramus, Michelle.
So you're coming Friday night and you're going to help me carry some cardboard boxes to the dumpster.
Yeah, Michelle, I'll make sure I get those cardboard boxes at the dumpster.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a table, Michelle, at this rally. Hopefully, it's not gonna be raining on Saturday.
I don't have anything to put at a table.
Michelle, we're bringing a table. You're gonna do your live stream from the table.
I have a table.
Right?
My turntable's just sitting on it.
Oh my God. Michelle, I got the table. Don't worry. You're gonna put everything on the table. You're gonna hand out flyers and buttons and pins.
Where are you getting the flyers from? I didn't print anything.
I think he's got it covered, Michelle. I don't think he's expecting you to print flyers.
Do you have it covered?
I got it. I got everything. Don't worry, Michelle.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that, Michelle. I just got your email. I tried to read it, but I got the link, so thank you. All right. Hello, everyone.
Morning, Mojo.
Hey, you, Mojo. Welcome to the
Hello,
show today.
Good morning. Afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Jojo,
Yeah, I'm okay.
how's your eyes?
My eyes are shit, Noodles, still. Yeah. But it's up to me to get them sorted, so, yeah.
Oh.
But thanks for asking. Hey, Noodles, who's these trolls I'm hanging around with? Fucking hell, you got to tell me about this one.
So, in these discords, right? Like, I'm not calling you out for anything. Like, you do your own thing, right? But you know how like people like buddy troll and whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So people do that. It's just that maybe someone you're doing that for is doing bad things. I don't know.
Who? Call them out. Who the fuck? Who?
How about this? I'll put my email in here. I'll send it to you. You can contact me on my email.
But is your email in your description on your channel?
I just put it right there.
Well, I couldn't do it now, obviously.
I'll get Michelle to send it to you, Mojo.
I'll send him Mojo's email address. I got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big girl. I don't mess around with. I mean, we all troll a bit.
Let's copy the links that I sent to Bradley for Mojo.
I don't think you're up to no good. I'm just saying, like, this. Put it this way. I don't even know if you talk to these people. You know what I mean? There's so many fucking.
The only person I speak to in private behind the scenes is Harvey De Niro. In fact, he phoned me about an hour ago. That's it. The only person on YouTube I speak to is Harvey, but he's not on YouTube anymore, so.
How is he not on YouTube anymore? Why did Harvey leave YouTube?
Well, he's got a lot of stuff going on in real life and certain issues, Michelle.
Okay.
Certain. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I know a lot of people are leaving YouTube because it's not making them any money anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it had anything to do with that because he wasn't monetized, but I think there was too much stress going on and his blood pressure got up. But he's okay. He's fine.
Okay.
Oh, Noodles, I told Harvey about the tour of London and he's well up for it, like in the spring, yeah?
Yeah, what is it? He should be doing that. He would be fucking amazing.
Well, no, he was like, oh, thanks, Noodles. He was like, yeah, that sounds great. He said he'd be up for it in the spring, so, yeah.
That'd be so good. I would love to watch that.
Exactly. That'd be fun. And then, like you said, like he goes back to his mother's house, like the old Goodfellas, like they go back to the mother's house. He has his roast dinner. I'm going back to my mama's with a dead body in the car. Belly back.
All right, Noodles. Let me just send you Mojo's address. I have it in Bradley's message because I sent this.
Address? I don't send him my address.
So what I'll do is I'll send it to you from. I'll forward it to you from Bradley's page because I sent it to Bradley because he wanted it. So I'll send you the same links that I sent to Bradley, which is Mojo's emails. Both
Well,
of
does
them.
she want you do? What does she want you doing that?
Do you want me to give you new? Yeah, she originally asked for Bradley's email or to reach Bradley.
Well, I gave her mine. If she wants to reach out to me, she can reach out to me.
Yeah,
Don't.
No. She's saying is that you originally asked her to give you her email address.
No, Michelle. I gave her mine. If she wants to reach out, she can reach out.
Does she have your email? Did she get your email, Noodles?
Yeah, it's in the chat. It's in the chat. So I think I know Noodles' email.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't mind him having my email, so I'll contact you if he, later or tomorrow, Noodles, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you know about it. It's no big deal or whatever. But it just seems like everyone's fucking out of control. Everyone's out of control. And you know what I noticed?
Are you talking about Bergs and all that?
Not even just I guess everyone's out of control. You try to talk to people, and it's like to calm people down, and it's like you're hurting them. You know what I mean? And then people twist and turn it into something else, and then it's like you know what? Fuck this shit.
Is this to do with Ken?
No, listen. To be honest with you, I have no problem with Ken. I was busting Ken's balls. Ken and Cindy, I love their show. I think it's great. I don't have anything bad to say about Ken. Ken has his problems anyway.
I don't even know who Ken is.
I'll put you an email in the next couple of days, Noodles. Just to say hi and whatever. Yeah. Oh, Ken is he's a YouTuber, Michelle, but he does late night streams. He's called Mr. Perfect, but Game Over on his avatar. Yeah, he's been around for years. He used to do a lot of music streams, but he's recently progressed over to live streaming. He's New Jersey man, so he's East Coast.
He's actually really, really good at it. I just wish he would focus on it. He's like that's the most lazy show I've ever seen.
Yeah, I told Ken that. I said, "Do you walk away too much? Your headphones hardly work. When you're on it, Ken. But when you walk away, you don't let anyone know.
So he just walks away in the middle of the show.
He kind of goes away. Excuse me.
You know what was amazing? When I clipped all that stuff together, I made that video. He sounded absolutely amazing. I could have listened to that. I actually listened to that thing like 20 times. I think he's that good. If he can rant and go on and shit like that, he would be.
Yes, Noodles. He has great rants, doesn't he? But when he winds down like a little tiny toy, he goes quiet. So it's all or nothing, I suppose.
Well, that's not surprising to me, Crust. I hate to say that. It is. A lot of people on YouTube don't have much else to talk about. Sometimes even I know.
There's everything to talk about. There's thousands, billions of things to talk about, really, if you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some strange reason,
sometimes it doesn't exactly cross your mind to bring them up. For example, the fact that Kamala Harris admitted that she was actually working with a secret group to mentor these people that were doing these terrible things with these shootings. I can't believe that Kamala Harris admitted to doing something so heinous, but I guess I'm not surprised.
Oh wow. I didn't hear about that. Blimey.
You know what's weird? Like, I saw her in an interview recently, and she was talking about how the election was so close. Like, what election is she talking about? What are they is people talking
The
about?
election wasn't that close.
That kind of doesn't make sense, really, does it? There's no
She
logic
didn't have
in
a
that.
chance
in
in the
that.
popular vote. She didn't have a chance in the electoral college vote. So how close was it? It wasn't.
Supposedly she's got a negative 13 in her ratings for running as president again. Like nobody, she's in the negative, like 13%. And with independents, I forgot it was like 20 something. So what the hell these
Is
people
she
are
still in
thinking?
politics? Is she
Wait a
still
minute,
in
negative?
politics?
You're telling me that you can go below 0?
Well,
Oh my God.
she was talking about how Pete Buttigieg was a runner up for vice president, and she denied him because he was gay.
Oh, wow.
I said that. This woman's incredible.
That's not a good look, though, is it?
And then to admit, though, that she was actually mentoring these people to do all these shoot-ups and all this other fuckery, I really...
Well, I don't know about that. Where did you hear that, Michelle?
No, she admitted it right on Fox News.
I love it when Michelle swears.
Well,
she should never be president of the United States. And it's time the Democrats get a person into office as a candidate that one is more of a centrist. They do have them. Oh, yeah. And they should be younger, too. I'm sorry. No old farts. I'm really... Trump, I love you, but guess what? You're getting up there in years.
Well, I don't know, Michelle. I'm getting a really bad feeling about, I know Trump's still what? He's got 3 more years or whatever. He's not even up, his full 1 year. But Michelle, this guy's got 3 more years. What he's going to be doing in 3 more years, if he doesn't block all these people up, Michelle, they're coming after him. They're coming after all of us.
Yeah, I know that, but don't forget, eventually, sooner or later, his body is going to give up. Period. It's hard. He's almost as old as Biden was, but he's got a full head of marbles in his head, which is good. Whereas Biden basically manipulated everybody.
But what does that have to do with his term running out? After this term, he's done.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think
election.
the Grim Reaper is probably going to tell him the same thing. Time to retire, boy.
Well, who cares about that, Michelle?
His son might run for president.
Maybe Donald Trump Jr. will run, or maybe his daughter Bianca will run, or Ivanka. Maybe they might run.
Ivanka. Yeah, Ivanka.
Yeah, Ivanka could run. Why not? We always talk about we want a woman president. I think she's got the chops for the job. Why not?
What's his other son's name? He's really tall, isn't he? I can't remember his name now, but he's probably too young to run.
Barron.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Thank you, Tiger.
Well, the left
by that
needs to
time,
get
Barron
with
should
America.
be almost old enough to meet, well, maybe not quite right away, but maybe after Ivanka, maybe Barron could run.
Yeah, but isn't he too young? You got to be at least 45, wouldn't you?
Michelle,
Alex Jones is live, right?
Alex Jones is live right now with a Hitler mustache, Michelle. He's got a Hitler mustache on. Alex Jones is live right now with a Hitler mustache.
All right. I will look for Infowars.com.
Alex Jones TV, Michelle. Alex Jones TV. He's live right now. He's got a Hitler mustache on.
Alex Jones is live.
Amazing.
TV is live on YouTube right now.
Darren done that one
Alex
for a
Jones
prank.
TV.
He had a Hitler moustache. So I said, fucking get rid of
All right,
that
guys.
now.
All right. I'll look into this afternoon when I go ahead and add more subscriptions to my subscriptions. But right now...
Oh, my God, Michelle. Michelle, he's got a Hitler mustache.
I get it. I get you.
That's what Darren did as a prank. He came home from work and he shaved
I'm gonna put the
a
link.
Hitler moustache.
There's the link right there, Michelle.
Get
Right
rid
there.
Of it. Get rid of it.
Bring it up, Michelle. Bring it up right now. Bring it up right now. I put it in the back, Michelle.
Wait, hold on.
He's talking about Italians and Germans, Michelle.
I got it.
Stalin.
Let me copy the link address. Let me open up Canary. Okay.
Mussolini.
All right, so Canary's opening.
The old big nose, Mussolini.
There we go. Okay, let me switch over to this Canary. I'll set this up here. You can listen to it while I'm loading up everything else here. Paste and go. Paste and go.
Oh my God.
I've never seen anything like this, Michelle, in my life. Alex Jones with a Hitler mustache. He comes back to YouTube, Michelle's first day with a Hitler mustache. He's
Okay,
killing it.
I just
Yeah,
subs-
well,
This
you know,
is-
I'm not shocked whatsoever.
right,
I think it's
it's
funny.
loading now.
Funny.
But see, that's a microcosm of how the deep state and the whole system works.
All right, now let me get him on the screen
And
so you can
when it
see
goes
it.
on for too long, it ends up like termites in a structure, eating through it, and it
Oh
collapses.
my God, look at this Hitler mustache.
So again,
Oh my God.
as a white man, you are
What?
already
Yeah,
Hitler in the
you're
eyes of many
right,
people
Hitler.
because of the brainwashing. Now, a lot of folks are waking up to that, and you got record numbers of blacks and Hispanics voting Republican, and people see through it. But there's still a lot of folks
They
that
can't take
are
him
not
off
aware of that,
YouTube anymore,
and kissing
Michelle.
people's ass when they call you racist and
But
going
I'm
along with
gonna
political
want to
correctness.
again, Noodles.
That
I don't
only
want him to lose.
intensifies the more the left, the media, the NGOs, the primary schools, the colleges, the corporations enforce it. And the more you submit, the more intense the brainwashing gets. It's a cult. So even though I disagree with quite a bit that
He
Nick
didn't
Fuentes
take him
says
long
and
to
how
get to
extreme he says it, 'cause I'm really, from my own Christian
thousand
perspective,
subscribers, did it?
we have to come together. That's the plan. We're so proud of ourselves, love our own sovereignty, but at the same time, that is the great
I'll
unifier.
give him my
But
like.
I don't want
He's
to
healthy
strike him
because
again
the left is
like,
10
he's
times more
boy.
racist than him.
He's,
The ADL
you know,
is
he's
10
got
times
to
more
be
racist
boy.
than him. The race laws in Israel are 10 times more racist than him. So you can't point your finger at Nick Fuentes and say he's saying these things to stand up for himself when he's under attack, which
Sorry about that.
definitely white people are. To have people that are 10 times more racist point their finger at you and shake their finger, and you're supposed to piss your pants and bow down to them. No, not being bullied, not bowing down to that is the answer. And when it's so extreme on the other side,
Here he is. Here he is on the screen.
if you get somebody on the other end who isn't calling for violence, who isn't working for the globalist, who is getting people to wake up, that's a healthy thing overall. Because he's trying to move the Overton window as far as he can to drag it from the extreme anti-white, anti-Christian, anti-Catholic system back to something that
How did you do this?
resembles sanity. So I'm a very fair person. And the left in the last really decade has gone full Hitler in that full, Hitler's full racial, our group's the best, everybody else is scum, everybody else is subhuman, we can do what other people, whatever we want.
Yeah.
And because we can dominate somebody means we have a right to do it. Well, the left comes in and says white people and
What the
capitalism
hell
are
happened to
evil.
all his hair?
Well, everybody wants to get into those countries where there's some vestiges of that. 'Cause
What the hell happened
it's a
to all his
powerful culture,
hair?
superior in many ways.
It's called age.
But that's the elite manipulating that because they want to bring down any middle class or any vestiges of due process.
So, he's back. I'm not surprised. And you know why I'm not surprised? Because the fact of the matter is that when YouTube realized that Biden manipulated their system the way they did, that he basically had to be reinstated. He had to be. Because the fact of the matter is that he, technically didn't do anything really wrong. Go
No.
figure that out.
But I'm just worried that they don't uninstate him again. I just want him to stay. Just stay and have a voice, for the world.
I mean, I think of what the Democrats were doing to Alex Jones and to other people who spoke up against some of the baloney were being hurt unintentionally, and he knew it. They were hurting him. They were hurting the voice of those who spoke up against their agenda. And now the Democrats have gone so far that they're going on shooting sprees and going into ICE detention centers and shooting people on the far left.
That's not
Doesn't
right.
make a damn bit of sense either.
It's not right both sides, you know.
Yeah.
RT News, you can bet. I got a feeling RT News will be back, and I know it will be. When you get a chance, Chris, look to see if Russian RT News has come back. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Michelle, did you know that the people that were killed at the ICE center were illegal immigrants?
Also, so were some employees, too.
I don't know. That's not what they were reporting. They were reporting that they were unloading these migrants that were being deported, and they got shot. 2 of them.
Oh, wow. I didn't know about that.
I don't think they were intended targets. They were just...
Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
Bloody hell. That's crazy. When did this happen?
2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
There's been a homosexual communist shooting every 70 hours.
Jeez. What, in the United States, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Jeez.
I have to be honest when I tell you, as far as some of the stuff that's going on, I'm sorry, but the far left has caused a lot of harm right now. You know what? The far right isn't helping.
It's tended to shift towards that, isn't it? I know the other side have done things, but that's what they're procrastinating about now. The leftists are going, well, what about what you do to us? But hang on a minute. 2 wrongs don't make a right, you know?
I mean, does RT.com still have a web presence? Because I haven't looked at RT.com in years. That could be, Chris. Yeah, RT.com is backed by Russia. Absolutely. That might be a bit questionable. A lot of Russian sites have been blocked on YouTube.
Michelle, are you and Russia like a big company, or are you at war with each other? I'm not really up on politics.
Well, I don't know. It just gets confusing because RT.com was indeed backed by Russia. And so right now we have embargoes against Russia right now. So yeah, RT.com probably won't be back.
So it's kind of like a little bit skewed, like how you stand.
Yeah, it's skewed. But I think definitely Trump should be bringing up Biden on impeachment charges, even though he's no longer president. But I mean, I think that he needs
Comey is supposed to be indicted today, Michelle. Former head of the FBI is being indicted today.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Was it Comey or was that what's his face there, the one with the beard?
Yeah, I said Comey.
Yeah.
So what does indictment mean? Does that mean he's got charges against him, or?
Yeah, they're federal charges. Like,
oh wow!
The thing, they're not even telling you what they are yet.
Bloody hell!
Like, this is what's crazy. I mean, these are people that were hired to run the federal government, or parts of the federal government are going into it.
Yeah, big.
They are running a smoke screen in a flim flam game, basically.
Whatever it was, Michelle. Months.
Jeez.
This is unprecedented, Michelle.
It is unprecedented, and it's unprecedented. It was allowed to go on for so long.
It sounds like it's coming to a head, you know.
Oh, what's his name there? The guy that the old stout beard. I forgot his name. He was like one of the attorney general things there. He was oh god, he had like a Victorian beard on his face. Jeez, the guy. Well, you know what I'm talking about. I swear to God, I gotta start taking the intercept. I can't remember all the damn names of all these people. You know you know the guy I'm talking about.
So yesterday, Michelle, someone from the DOJ, you know James O'Keefe
James
from Project
O'Keefe,
Veritas.
Yeah.
James O'Keefe just released a video of a Department of Justice agent who was in charge of investigating Epstein. And according to this agent, Donald Trump had nothing to do with the Epstein files, and it was Bill Clinton, and I forgot who else, that were on these planes with these young girls. And the reason why they're not releasing anything was because it's going to come out that Epstein was a CIA, not operative, but
informant.
Yeah, something like that. Like he was
I
working
knew
with the
Trump
CIA.
had nothing to do with it. I already knew Trump was not guilty of it. I mean, but the point is that the corruption is as deep as a snow blizzard in New England in the middle of January. Let's be honest.
Well, what I think you're going to find out, Michelle, is that a lot of these, if they can't get to Obama, they're going to at least show you how corrupt these people were through indicting all these people that were involved with them and what they tried to do.
I heard that even in the White House, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama were already on the outs. Emotionally in between their marriage.
Yeah, but Michelle, that has nothing to do with people.
I know it has nothing to do with it, but it's just interesting how the two couple, the first couple were already starting to come apart in their marriage.
Yeah. The most important people in my life, Michelle, the two most important people in my life, my mother and father, they went through that, Michelle. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people here who go through that.
Well, UK's got problems too, unfortunately, which is not much better than us.
Yeah, we have a lot of, well, we're a smaller country, but we've got large problems at the moment, but I'm not going to,
Well, I mean, let's say this all comes to fruition, Michelle, and people start realizing, hey, listen, they were doing this, they were doing that. Are people around the world going to start questioning their governments? You know?
People should be questioning governments.
Well, we are over here. I mean, we got riots almost daily. I mean, even my mother, bless her heart, she's 85. She went on a peaceful protest a couple of weeks ago to talk about the problem, you know?
I mean, when you think about what's going on right now.
Of course, you know, this means war.
No shit. It's reality. It does mean war. Things are just not stable anymore. Civil War 101 is just exactly what's happening. We're going to see the United States, a Civil War 3.0 or 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, it's repetitive, isn't it, over history? Like, there's always been a war, isn't there? Especially in the Middle East. I mean,
there's always a repeating of history.
You've got to deal with it, you know? You just have to deal with it. But, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like we don't want that here, right? We're trying to to keep it from happening here. We don't want a civil war here. We don't want anything like that. And I think a lot of people just bury their heads in the sand. They were just making money. They let everything go on, and now that people aren't making money, I remember someone telling me this. I had a client, or
I had a presence on YouTube all the way back in 2010, July 16th, when I set up my channel.
I had a customer that told me this will happen when people aren't making money anymore. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, the way the economy is, if the economy is doing good, people won't give a shit. They'll let whatever happen. And once the economy goes south and people don't make enough money and whatever, then that's when something like that will happen. I kind of feel like that's what's going on, Michelle.
That's what is
people
happening.
Aren't making the money.
People are very, very much unhappy with economically that they can't even pay the mortgages or they can't pay the car payments right now. And they can't find a job that's enough to make money to pay the bills because the bills keep going up in prices.
Exactly. There's a lot of civil unrest globally. I'm not just talking about America or the UK. I mean, it's happening a lot, isn't it?
It's going everywhere. It's spreading like an economic plague. So it's not new.
And then people start fighting with each other and their cousins and their brothers, and there's a lot of civil unrest at the moment. It's almost like a new wave of the 1960s, the Vietnam War and things like that. It's
Yeah.
or the 1700s. And that's what's
yeah,
really. I mean, that's what you got to
yeah.
remember, that it was fatigue that caused the revolution here. And Michelle, you got to remember this, that if it wasn't for other countries getting involved, that revolution probably never would have happened. They knew that they were going to have the backing of the French and fucking all these other people that were going to help them fight against the English, right?
Yeah.
Michelle,
Yeah.
this is I have a feeling that these communist terrorists that are in our country have the backing secretly of the CCP.
Oh yeah, they got backing from other organizations like George Soros and his NGOs.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be put it past it. Maybe they're getting also backing from also maybe the communist socialist countries such as China and maybe the Russia.
Well, my friend Mark was brought up by Donald Trump. They're gonna start investigating him, my friend Mark Bray, for his book. The proceeds from his book, from the Antifa books, go to fund Antifa. So they're investigating him now.
You know that Antifa's getting money from somewhere. It's just common sense.
Is your friend Mark Bray, is he a Democrat then? Or is he...
Oh, he's like a full-fledged communist, Mark Bray.
Right, okay. I'll have to look him up.
He works at Rutgers University. He went there, he never left. And he organized Occupy Wall Street and probably other things, He's not all those people, Michelle, like James O'Keefe and Mark Bray know each other. Like they grew up together. It's not, that's what's really creepy about all this. And I brought this up a while ago, that both sides, these people all know each other.
Yeah.
Mark Bray and James O'Keefe, right? These two political whatever that have done things to change society, lived.
Well, then Claude
right next door to each other.
Claude Piven was doing the same thing with their own books as well in the 1960s, talking about the different ways that they can manipulate the government and the people's mindset. These are the books that kind of gave the blueprint to the current actions of the Democrats.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, Alex Jones has a call-in show, right? And the next time Alex Jones takes phone calls, I'm gonna call up and say, "Hey, did you know that Mark Bray and James O'Keefe know each other? They grew up like in the same town. They had sex with the same
Eventually,
girls."
I will be calling into a show. Sometimes it's hard to get through because, but I got technology now with the closed caption, so I can be sure that they can hear me and I can hear them.
All right, I gotta go, Michelle. Have a great day.
Yeah. Okay, I'll touch you later, Noodles. Yeah, I'm glad that Alex Jones has made a return and that YouTube apologized to Alex Jones. Let's give a round of applause. So finally, common sense is finally beginning to come back on YouTube again. Not that I always agree with everything that Alex Jones has got to say. He has said a few things that I do agree with. Yeah. Doesn't know what, shut it up. Well, Noodles is trying to be a good person. He's trying to help the channel grow in his own way. Doesn't necessarily mean it works for everybody, but he tries. And that's something to keep in mind. I know Tiger Kitty's sitting on panel, but she's not talking. She's been sitting on panel the whole time. I know. She just isn't talking. Probably doing housework. Well, we got about 40. We got about 19 minutes left. So let's try to see if we can wrap it up. So Alex Jones is back. RT.com isn't back on YouTube yet because they're Russian supported, so they haven't been reinstated because of the sanctions against Russia.
I'm still here, but if you want to boot me off panel, I don't mind.
No, that's fine. I thought I saw Tiger Kitty was around, but anyway, but the point is that, I think we're going to start seeing some very interesting things happening, Mojo.
Yeah.
I'm hoping eventually you guys are going to finally, politely and politically properly restore the UK to some sanity.
Oh, I hope so, Michelle. I really do. I mean, Harvey rang me up earlier on and he started talking about it. I said, I don't want to think about it at the moment because it's
I understand that. It's depressing.
I mean, the LPM is inviting migrants in every day. We are flooded. The NHS is on the down. It's bad, Michelle. It's bad.
Oh, NHS is on the down. It's been on the down for a long time because they haven't been able to keep up with all the people that need medical care. No, it's got worse.
It's got worse, Michelle. Honestly, it's got really, really bad.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. They're not getting enough tax revenue to pay for it, and there's more people demanding health care than they can get.
Well, yeah, it's like, I have to pay council tax even though I'm on benefits. I still got to pay council tax every month, And all these migrants coming in, they're getting free hotels. Honestly, it's the truth. I'm not making it up. They're getting free everything. They're jumping the queue.
You know what was really scary is when the illegals came into this country and they were demanding getting the best of everything, claiming that their hotel rooms that they had from the city of New York was inadequate. Excuse me?
Oh, beggars can't be choosers, as we say,
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
And yet, you don't hear you can hear the homeless starting to bitch. Because the homeless are like, what about us? We're born in this country and we don't get no hotel room.
Well, what about the veterans that fought for your country? What about the homeless who were
they
born
don't get
in
no
your
hotel
country?
room. You people from all these countries that came in here illegally, are you you're living off the crime crap? Why do you let the people who are born here?
It's exactly the same thing happening here in little old UK. It's the same.
It's the same bullshit.
Social structure
exactly.
That's going on right at the moment. Right at the moment, it's happening here over here, and it's sickening. Absolutely sickening.
It is. It is.
We get called racist, but no, it's not about racism, structure, or a war. It's about stop letting illegals in, stop putting them on top of the list. What about us? What about us?
No country can work like that forever. No country. You don't have enough tax revenue coming in to finance all these freebies for these people. You don't bring in enough money. We don't either.
No.
Democratic sanctuary cities are starting to discover that. Oh, excuse me, it's plain simple economics. Of course you can't afford it.
Exactly. And that KS of the PM, I ain't going to name him, because you know what it's like over here, the laws at the moment. I don't know what...
I mean, think about this. Imagine this, Mojo. Imagine a scenario. Let's say I wanted to become an illegal and to get into the UK. I bet I probably wouldn't be allowed to even get through even through Heathrow. Because they go, wait, you're from America.
I told you about 4 months ago.
I want illegal rights. Wait, what? Because America's shit. Yeah, well, guess what? We're going to treat you like shit, too. So, guess what? You're not going to get ahead.
Yeah. And where I live, it's like a port. So, they come along. But anyway, Michelle, do you remember I told you about 4 months ago I had someone knocking on my door? Probably about this time in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
It's about. And like he said, have you got any room to rent? Have you got any room to lend?
Oh yeah,
I went,
yes, I remember that.
fuck
Oh
off.
yeah, that's
Fuck
another
off.
thing that they want now. They want you to put these people up in your homes.
Because if I'm going to bring in a bloody stranger, like my younger son still lives with me, you know? Fuck off.
I mean, that's the stupidest thing. They actually, I heard about this guy in the UK. He said this. Now they want us to give these people rooms in our homes in the UK.
Exactly. I wasn't rude. I just said, no, sorry, there's no room
They
in
were
here,
doing that
you
in
know?
Massachusetts. In the United States. They were doing that in Massachusetts too. They were saying is, well, we have no place to put them. So would you people in Massachusetts be willing to take them into your homes?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
And I felt bad for the guy because he was probably told by his local benefits officer that you can knock on random people's homes and just, you know, terrible.
Right,
terrible.
exactly. Because they were trying to get him out of the airport, the Logan airport. So they started saying is, well, we're going to start requiring people to put these people up in their homes. No, you cannot do that. It's nice that someone volunteers, but you can't do that.
You can't take the blame on the civil people of the world. You can't push that on anyone. You take care of it, the government. You're supposed to be in charge.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just an example of the craziness that we, as people who have got to start telling the governments no more of this crap.
Yeah, but we're the little people, aren't we,
But
Michelle?
you know what's scary? You know what's scary?
What?
Is that in the United States, and most likely the same thing in the UK with people sleeping rough, right? You can't find a job because guess who's got all the jobs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I'll talk to you in private about that, but yeah. You're
once
spot
you get
on.
to that point, once you get down to the point where you're sleeping rough, you are just entered the lowest caste in Indian culture. That's even lower than a street sweeper. And you know what? You can't easily get out of that hole. Really, you can't.
No, to be homeless.
Maybe you might get lucky. Maybe 2% of them might get lucky and get out of that hole. But otherwise, you're as good as stuck there. And you know what? It was funny. I was talking to my therapist yesterday. She said to me, it's an irony. Here you are. I'm paraphrasing her, so don't quote it, okay? It's irony.
Yeah.
Is that you're working to try to get out of the hole. And because you make more than the threshold, you're not entitled to the services that others that are in certain economic brackets can get. Now they expect you to pay for a maid. They're expecting you to pay for a person to clean your house. When you don't make enough money to clean your house and pay someone to clean your house. But if you are below a certain income bracket, they'll clean your house for free. Go figure that one out.
Wow. That doesn't make sense. Yeah.
But if you hire a professional, a cleaner, okay, they're going to want 15 hours an hour, even if they come once a week. 15 hours for an hour's worth of cleaning, right?
Yeah.
That's $60.
Exactly.
And then you have to pay them. And then, of course, because you're paying them, even if they're working under the table, okay, as a contractor, they have to get a tax ID number. That's at your responsibility. But the point is, they got to get a tax ID number, and technically to be illegal, they have to do all that. Well, we know that a lot of people don't do that. So.
You get a lot of cleaners over here that just do it under the table, like, they get they answer adverts and it's all just cash in hand,
Right. You just give them actual dead presidents, and then they quietly go about their business.
Yes, exactly. There's no tax on it. There's no VAT. They just give them cash in hand. Oh, thank you for cleaning my house for the day. Come back in 2 days.
Well, Right. In my case,
Yeah.
come back in a week. All right, so $60, God, out of my pocket. But then again, where did that $60 come from? Something else had to give because my budget doesn't grow bigger. That's what we were
Yeah.
talking about when we started the show. Was that with the situation with YouTube? We don't know how much more we can keep going.
Like, you talking about your personal income on YouTube, or?
Yeah, it's cutting. I mean, the dropping of the revenue.
Oh, I thought
It's
you were doing
scaring a
better,
lot of
Michelle.
channels, not just mine.
Yeah, but I thought you were really doing better. Are you not doing better at the moment?
I am. I was doing better last month, but this month, no. I only got thinking about maybe 300 this month.
Well, that's still pretty good. You know, that's not bad. You can't scrape your nose on that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but if the rent goes up $100, guess what?
Well, let's not think about your rent going up now at the moment.
That'd be terrifying. But hopefully,
it
I'm
won't.
hoping that things are going to turn around. You know, like I said, we agreed to do just chill a theater thing. We got the room already registered. We got the tickets coming in the mail.
Are
So,
you going to do live streams, you and Noodles? Because I'm really looking forward to that.
last time I did a live stream with Noodles, we didn't make a lot of money on that stream.
No, I'm saying, Michelle, listen. Are you going to live stream the Chill Theatre?
Yes, we are.
Good. Don't stop being negative. Come on, what's your words every day after your live stream? Be positive. You know, it doesn't matter how much money you make. You're going to have a good time anyway. And you've already booked the smoking room. So, you know, come on. You'll be good. You'll be great.
Let me answer this troll right now, really quickly from Kick. I am verified. I am not affiliated, but I am monetized. So do a favor. Start shoving in the subscription, please. Okay? I'm sick and tired of you trolls saying this. Oh, you're not making money because you're not affiliated, you're not verified. First of all, get your off your fucking ass and put some money in a subscription. It's just like a memberships on YouTube. Stop telling me, oh, you want to help me grow my channel, when really what you want to do is you want to take my money out of my pocket. That's what you guys are thinking about. You're the bottom feeders. You guys are the bottom feeders over there. You guys want me to sign up to your affiliate so you can make money out of my pocket. When I don't even have a steady income to rub two nickels together. So either put up or shut up. Okay? You want me to subscribe to your program? Then get off your fucking ass and subscribe to my channel. It's that simple.
Exactly. Do it right now. You listen to the Snow Queen. How dare you? Listen to the Snow Queen. Subscribe to her channel. Like and share. Got it?
Because all they want to do is to say, oh, we'll help you grow. Oh, but we want to take a monthly annual fee out of you if you join a multi-channel distribution network. No, I'm not.
Michelle, that's just a bot. Like,
no, I know it's a troll and it's a bum. I know. But sometimes I just gotta vent and just tell them how I feel about their so-called little scams.
No, isn't there a way that you can block them out, though, these spammy bots? Like,
you can block them out, but you know what? It's like trying to stop cockroaches. Good luck.
That's funny.
Yeah, they do look like a troll, especially when they start doing that with their bots, right?
Oh, Michelle, what kind of ears are you going to wear to the Chiller Theatre? You're going to wear your best ones, I hope.
What kind am I going to wear? My dress? Yeah, I'm going to wear the white dress, most likely.
No, what? No, I meant your ears as well. I mean, are you going to
Oh
use
yeah,
your newest ears or?
I'm certainly gonna be wearing my ears. Right now, I'm wearing my best
Yeah, I
ones
know.
because that ones I just got done washing, cleaning them off.
Oh, I love the white dress. Is that the one with the red
Yeah,
roses
it's the
on
one with
it,
the
the
flowers
flowers?
on it. I discovered
I love
that
that.
the one with the pink flowers on it got a tiny hole in the back. I think it's from sitting in the grass too
Oh,
long.
that's all right. We got
I gotta get some thread. I gotta buy some needle and
sewing.
thread and stitch it. So
Yeah, just get a needle and thread. You'll be all right.
I gotta go buy some. Well, just buy some on Amazon. Just buy some thread,
Yeah,
black thread,
I've
and
always
some
got some
needles.
float hand.
I got thread. I just
Puffing.
don't have any needles. I'll get some needles then.
Yeah, get the larger ones though, because of your eyes and that. You don't want to start sticking a
To
bloody
answer your question,
sewing.
to the person that's sitting on their kick, I am registered blind. I have hearing loss. I'm autistic spectrum. I do have. I'm. You know, I am handicapped. Yes, but I'm still trying to make a living.
Exactly, Michelle. Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
They're just idiots. They don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, but it's just really just disgusting the way that they, like I said with the spammers, just really just burn me up every time they talk about,
Yeah, but just think, like, these people probably can't make a decent cup of tea or coffee, so just don't worry about it.
yeah.
You're
Speaking of
the
that,
North American Snow
looks to
Queen,
me
and
like
what are
your
they? What are they?
what is it? Your camera is like not like that. Oh, works. Okay, it does work. Okay, that's because your monitor is looking kind of lopsided.
Who?
So I got a very large chat on my screen. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I gotta try to find out what's going on with our truck room, American truck game. I think I've got a problem with memory. I think I have a memory issue. I have to fix on the computer. So
Right.
I'll be working on that this afternoon today to find out what's going on.
Oh, okay. I really miss the truck gaming. I love that.
Yeah. Well, the UK truck game's working. That's the American game that's giving
I
me problems.
know. I love it when you go up the M25 to London and you're like going off veering off the side. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
No, you're great at it. No.
Well, right now
just
I'm
joking.
actually in London in my truck because they did the
Oh,
game
wow.
update and they said pick a place to park your truck at. And I parked it in London, so I just got
wicked. Oh,
done
you made it
going
all
to
the way down from
a
Scotland to
motorway
London.
service
Yeah.
station to pick up some diesel. So now I just gotta get ready to start taking some jobs and get back on the road again. Make sure all my turn
You should go to
signals work,
Wales.
my
It's
brakes are
really
working.
nice in Wales. Like, you go to Wales, you see lots of sheep.
Yeah. I haven't been to Wales yet, but I probably will be going to Wales next. Why not?
Yeah, and then get the truck ferry over to Ireland. That'd be cool.
I mean, remember
If you
one
can
thing
do
in the
it.
game though, they actually had to, because of reality space, they had to kind of shrink the world down a lot. You know.
Right.
But in the real world,
Yeah.
if you were driving those distances, you'd be definitely seeing a lot of farms and sheep and residential homes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, lots of cows and sheep and
Right.
a few horses.
But because of space in the game, they had to kind of reduce things to
Is that
fit in.
something to do with what do you call it? Oh, I can't remember what you call it. Like when they size it down, I can't remember the technical term for that.
Well, basically, let's put it this way: the computer's only got so much memory. The bigger the world they make it means more resources it's going to use. So
Right.
they have to keep that in mind when they're setting up the game, because if they don't want to make the game so gargantuan, because if they do, then it's gonna take forever to load, and then of course it's gonna run slower.
Yeah.
So
I get you. Yeah.
So they have to make some compromises since it's a truck driving game. But in the real world, I love it when you actually get to see more of the roadside attractions, like driving, like you said,
Yay.
seeing the farms and the sheep. Otherwise, right now in the game, it's like me driving on the New Jersey Turnpike with noodles. That's kind of what it looks like.
You can write a song about that.
Yeah, I know that. I've seen something out on the motorway. Yeah, I've seen plenty of that. So
In
when
Germany,
I'm driving with
they call it the
noodles and I'm
Autobahn.
seeing I see all the traffic on the motorway in the UK. It's like driving on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah, the motorways. I mean, we got a big connection. It's called the M25 from like Birmingham to London, or Liverpool, or Manchester to London.
Oh yeah, that's
it's
a
like
big
straight
one.
through.
M25.
Yeah, but you can take back routes. I mean, do they do that on your game where you can get off the motorway and take the back?
Bradley
back
said
lane?
he's in Landover right now in the United States. He says it's crazy today.
Oh, Brandon, be careful. I don't know where you are, but be careful.
Trolls really fucking sexist, Bradley. Yes, they do.
What's that?
Well,
I can't read that.
Hey, Don, how you doing today? Good morning, afternoon to Don. It's 12:03 in the Central Time Zone right now.
Hello, Dawn. Hello, Dawn. I hope you're having a good day.
Yeah, I you know what? I'll tell you what. I mean, I noticed with the UK, which I don't see too much in the USA. I noticed that your signs are physically bigger than ours, and like
Yeah,
it's
they're
easy
pretty
enough
big.
even
I mean,
for
you got
me
your-
to see it in the
Yeah.
game. When I'm looking at the roadway, I'm not struggling like I was trying to read the signs on the New Jersey Turnpike with Noodles. I was trying. Those things are huge. Yeah, I mean, you got
Yeah, they are
big
pretty big,
signage over
yeah.
there.
Well, what do you think about our traffic lights? I mean, yours are like overhead, aren't they? But ours are
Going
like
from red, yellow to
static.
green is kind of like watching the NASCAR lights on a race car. Red,
Yeah.
yellow,
So you got
green.
red to
They
stop,
slam on the
you got
accelerator.
amber for get ready, and then you got green for go. Yeah, but it's static. Yours
And
are kind of
likewise, I think
overhanging.
I see it also the opposite when you're going to stop. You go green, yellow for a few seconds, and red.
Right,
It's
amber, we
giving
call it
the
amber
driver
over
a
here.
chance to kind of get ready to slow down and get ready to stop. We're in the United States, it goes straight from green to red or red to green. You know.
Oh wow! What? You don't have an amber light, like a yellow light? No.
You'll get a yellow light when you're going to stop. I mean, but you don't get a yellow light when it's ready to press on the
Right,
accelerator.
I got you. Right, yeah. So you do have that, right? Okay, yeah. I'm just thinking what you
I
thought
mean,
about our traffic lights.
the United States has had the 3-color traffic lights for at least since the 50s. One time there was only 2
Yeah.
colors, red and green.
The
And
same
they-
here. Yeah, I think it's standard all over the world, isn't it? Like the 3 colours.
I think they are now. But how they're
Yeah.
implemented is country specific.
Right.
But as far as having the traffic lights where they are on the motorway on the side instead of overhead, I think it kind of makes a little more sense for some applications. Where in the United States, you're overhead, and so sometimes if you happen to be
you're a lot
just
bigger
right
over
there at the
there. There's more
intersection, you
cars,
can't
isn't
see the
there?
red light and
Yeah.
or the traffic lights. So then you're dependent on looking up there, but then you're not looking at the damn road. Whereas, like, I can look on the side of me and see the traffic light. Go, oh, okay, there's a light. You know.
Yeah, it's what you're used to, isn't it? I think because you're so bloody big over there. I mean, the over traffic lights sound more feasible.
Yeah, but your lorries are tall. Ours are not
Oh, yeah.
tall trucks like that. Ours are long, but they're not tall. You guys got tall lorries over
We've
there.
got tall and long, but you know we can still see the traffic lights. We can still see them. You know?
Yeah. And then when I drive in through Calais and Netherlands, I'm seeing the traffic lights more like America on the poles. And you're like, oh, man.
Oh man.
But
Yeah.
I gotten pretty
It
good
is
at
like a
driving.
pole.
You know what? You know what's really scary? I've done this so many times in American Truck Simulator. I forget I'm driving in America, and I try to drive it on the wrong side of the road.
Oh no.
I've been known to do that, like driving on the on the right side, you know, instead of the left. And all of a sudden, I'm going down, taking lefts instead of rights because my brain keeps thinking
I
I'm
think
still
we
in
need
the
to
UK.
put stickers on your computer, like UK left, USA right.
Right, correct. And somehow my brain kept thinking I was still driving in the UK. I actually almost smashed into a couple of lorries going the opposite direction.
Like,
oh fuck! I'm in the wrong country. Yeah.
Stick that on your computer, Michelle, when you're doing it on the top, like the yellow post-its, like UK left, USA right.
But we sit on the left side of the truck, where you guys sit on the right side. It's the thing.
That's right.
Also, my truck, my UK truck, I have a pedal set up the opposite, just like the UK trucks do. So the accelerator is the far left pedal, which would be my clutch in my American truck. So
yeah, well, that's not my dad's.
And then on my American truck, which I don't have the UK truck with a manual transmission, except for automatic, which is common in Europe, as would be the clutch. It's
but
my
in Europe,
accelerator.
they do drive. They drive the same way as you. I mean, my dad used to hire when he worked in Germany. He used to hire a car, come back on the ferry, but he had a left-hand drive, and he managed to do it on the right hand, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I would wonder what would happen in real world if you had a UK, say a French truck like a Renault from France. You're a French driver. You're coming into Europe, and then you're going over to the UK. You get across the ferry, and now your brain just got to flip around and go, okay, now I'm sitting on the left side, but I gotta take lefts most everywhere.
Well, that's
but my
exactly what my
brain
dad
is
did.
subconsciously thinking this
my
is
dad
like
used to take me
France.
shopping, and I used to have to sit on the other passenger side, and it was really weird. It was like, I'm not driving, but my dad's driving on the other side. It's like weird.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what
it
the
was
thing
cool.
is because my truck is a British truck, I get scared shitless when I go on to mainland Europe. I really do. It's like, oh shit! Now I gotta remember everything's just like America. But my pedals don't swap around. My steering position don't swap around. But everything I got is thinking like an American driver now when I'm on mainland Europe. And it's scary. And then, like I said, one time I was driving American Truck Simulator. What does this stupid fuck do? I end up thinking I'm driving in the UK, and I keep running into trucks going the wrong direction. Oops, sorry.
Oh, I love those games you do, Michelle. You try really well to do those games, and you enjoy them as well.
I do. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to get the American game working right. I think my computer is having a bit of a lack of memory thing. I gotta fix that this afternoon. So that's what I do gotta do, because I was hoping to drive the truck tonight. Because I don't know those things that the portrait streams are great, but honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you this. The portrait streams do not do as well as I thought they would. They really not.
I don't know. I think you do pretty well on them. You know, I noticed the numbers were pretty good. But when you did the violin, especially.
But we were getting way more numbers on the truck game than we were in the chat channels.
Okay. Well, maybe try some more truck and then mix a bit in. You know, you got to mix it up a bit.
Oh, I usually talk on the truck game too. Sometimes you see me. Sometimes
Oh.
after I get ready to park my truck in my parking spot for the night, turn on my hazards, turn off the ignition, and they'll say, "Okay, let's talk for a little bit."
Yeah, I always love it. It's probably about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and you've got like a portrait stream going on, and I love it. I love clicking on it. You know?
Yeah. But with the new changes YouTube's done, though, it's not making the amount of views that it used to get.
Well, we've got to get you out there. I mean, next time you do a portrait stream, if I'm awake, I'll share you out on my channel. But that's all I can do.
Well, that's just the other thing, too, is by the time I'm live in portrait, it's midnight your time, and you're probably just tired, you know. I don't know how...
If I catch you at the beginning, then I'll share you out.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
But, you know, like I said, the trucks used to bring in more views than the... But gaming streams in general on YouTube are not doing very well either.
Are you still playing, what is it, Turtle WoW?
Well, WoW is free. Essential WoW is free. I'm not paying for any game subscriptions right now.
Are you still playing it live? Are you still playing it live?
No, we didn't pay it last night live. We just played it off camera. Me and me and Chantix and Galaxy Eyes and Braindead just played off camera last night.
Okay, all right. Well,
because
maybe
it really doesn't bring in the views. It really don't.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of gamers out there, aren't there?
But I've been still playing my violin, though.
Yeah, definitely, Michelle.
Yeah, as far as the gamers go, I mean, I've heard them complaining about this YouTube thing too. It's affecting them also. They're not bringing in the views that they used to bring in either.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I skimmed across a few gamers, and they've only got about 3 or 4 people in there. You know.
Yeah.
Just mix it up a little bit.
It's not bringing in the views it used to bring in.
I think it was more popular back in the day, but hopefully it might make a comeback. You never know.
Well, I think here's what I found out: the YouTube, because so many people got ad blockers now, they don't count them as views. If you got an ad blocker, you don't get counted as views. So.
Oh really? Well, I haven't got ad blocker. I wouldn't know how to do that anyway. But that's weird. Yeah.
I don't have an ad blocker anymore. I got YouTube Premium, but it's still, you know. How you doing, Bubba? Long time no see.
Who's Bubba? I don't know. Hello, Bubba.
Yeah, I gotta get ready to use the bathroom and stuff to get ready to wrap it up. But
right, okay.
I'm
Michelle,
glad you came by. I hope you
can
come by tomorrow morning show. We'll be live at a normal time tomorrow morning too.
Yes, of course, Michelle. You have a wonderful day.
You tell Harvey I said hi, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Love you to bed.
Thanks for being up here.
Bye.
All right, see you soon.
See you soon.
Yep, bye-bye. Okay, so yeah, it's really kind of weird because it's affecting YouTube viewers, content creators in a lot of weird ways with the ad blocker thing. Yeah. Alright, Galaxy Eyes, as far as playing Turtle WoW, I don't know what's going on with that either. We did pretty good in the game. So, that's all I can say. Alright, so let's get ready to do the wrap-up because I gotta get ready to use the ladies' room soon, so. May all of you guys have a happy and safe day. Stay out of trouble. I know it's wet and soggy. Watch out for wet roads and be generous to one another and kind to one another. And also, don't forget to keep an eye on the news, the world around you, and the stuff like that. And don't forget to subscribe to Alex Jones if you can. Of course, you can. The service is over. Time to go. Peace, kind, love, and don't forget the party on, dude. And I'll see you later on today. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.
Michelle and Maria Lumi, I will always be there for you. Michelle, never stop believing in yourself. Go out there and show the world what you can do. Go kick some ass and have a good time doing it. I love both of you so much. I love how far you have come on YouTube.
In the summer's embrace, she finds her way, twisting and turning. She won't let things sway. With love for the music and fire in her soul, she dances through life, her heart in control. She won't give up, she won't sit down. In her purple dress, she twirls around.